Hello, this video will cover the basics of setting up and understanding event chains in Nagios Reactor. Towards the end of the video, we will also cover importing and exporting event scripts. Event chains are a series of actions formed into blocks that come together to form one unified chain of actions. An event chain might be designed to fix a problem, automate a common task, or handle a security alert. In fact, any process or procedure that consists of multiple steps, has a basic logic flow or decision-making process, and can be accomplished with scripts or programs can be converted to a Reactor event chain. There are two ways to create an event chain. You can either click on the new event chain link located in the top right in Reactor, or by clicking the event chains link located in the top menu bar, which will then list all your current event chains. Then click Add New. It is here that you can then define the name of the event chain, categorize the event chain through the use of customizable tags, the event chain's description, and then the required context variable of the chain. If you want to require a context variable for the chain, they can be entered here. If you set a required context variable, the variable has to pass the values set at the start of the chain, otherwise the chain will error out. A context variable is data that can be supplied to event chains when they are launched. Context variables consist of a name and a value pair. Event chains can examine variables and take different actions based on the value of a variable name or value. Context variables can be modified by event chains as the chain is executing, and are also local in scope to the event chain that they are passed to, meaning that the variables are not accessible or available to other event chains. In contrast, meta-variables are something that can be set within a chain or by an administrator, which can persist until it is deleted or unset. Reactor can save the meta-variable for use in other event chains. It is also here that you will be able to set up the user and team permissions for the event chain. This allows administrators to define which teams and users have the ability to see and run a specific event chain. If you are a base user, you will only be able to see and run the event chains that you have created or have been allowed access to. Administrators by default will be able to see everything. When you are done making the changes to adding a new event chain, hit Save and Continue. Now you will see the workflow. This is where you can add blocks or actions to carry out in the chain. To add a new block, click on the Add New Block button. You can add as many new blocks as you want and arrange them accordingly based on which order the blocks need to be in the chain. If the chain starts to feel cluttered, you can also double-click on the top bar to window shade the blocks. It is here in the block menu that you'll be able to define the characteristics of the specific block, such as whether it is a logic block that follows the if-then-else logic workflow, or if it is a basic block, which performs one or more actions of your choosing without the need of a condition. For the if-then-else logic workflow, you can set one or more conditions, success actions, and fail actions by clicking on the respective Add buttons. This also applies to the basic block, where you can click on the Add Action button. When you have multiple conditions under the if-then-else logic workflow, located under If is a drop-down menu which will define all/any of the conditions and what respective action to take accordingly, based on the success or failure of the multiple conditions. For example, all means that all of the conditions in this block need to evaluate true to trigger the then actions to run. If any is selected, this means that only one of the items needs to evaluate true for the then actions to run. You can also add a nickname for the block, as well as a description. Simply click on the nickname link located in the top bar. For other options for the block, you can click on the drop-down menu located on the right side of the specific block. This gives you the options to disable, shade, stash, save as global block, or delete the specific block. Stashing blocks stashes the block under the Stash tab. Stashing gives users the ability to save a certain block that they have created for use in the current event chain at a later time if they so choose. Saving as a global block saves a specific block under the Global tab, enabling users to add the specific block to any event chain of their choosing. It is under this menu that you can add global blocks to the chain, or delete global blocks from the Global Blocks tab. When you have finished making the changes to your event chain, click on the Save Changes button. To run your chain, simply click on the Run Chain button. This will bring up a context variable window where the user can add as many other variables as they wish. After you have finished setting your variables, click Run. Another window will pop up, showing you what the chain is doing. To share an event chain, click on the specific event chain you wish to share from the Event Chains menu. Next, go to Actions, then Export. This will then save it as a JSON file. To import an event chain, go under the Event Chains menu, then click on the drop-down menu located on the right side of the screen. Select Import. A window will appear with the Browse button. Click on it to locate the file you wish to import. Once you have located your file, click Upload. It will now appear in your list of event chains. Thank you for watching. This concludes setting up and understanding event chains in Nagios Reactor. Be sure to check out library.nagios.com for more resources and tutorials, and if you have any further questions, feel free to contact us at support@nagios.com.